up, y'all? How you doing? So, today's word of the day is acknowledge your achievements. Technically, it's 3 words, but you get the point. So, recently I have been busy. I had an order that I had to complete, so I got the order done. I have a few paintings that I need to complete. I have a lot of things that I have going on right now. So, what I have been doing, like I told you in the last video, I've been hearing myself say, like, I need to a lot. And I told you that I had basically wrote down everything that I needed to do. And I had a list and everything, but I did not for 1 minute even acknowledge that I had completed something off the list. I was so busy trying to get to the next thing that I didn't even bother to mark it off my list. My mom basically told me a while ago too, basically I needed to mark everything down and get tools that will help me keep organized and keep my mind organized so that I'm not running around with a chicken with my head cut off. But what she was saying is she's a doctor, my stepmom, and she spent a lot of time in school. And she was just so focused on that one goal, like, I need to be a doctor, that she just was going through school. She was doing everything she had to do, and she would complete one thing and jump right into the next thing. Like, as long as I've known her, literally, she's been in school. And recently she got to, I would say, the highest degree of education that she can get in her field, and she is at a standstill. She's always about, like, what's your 5-year plan? You know what I'm saying? So for her to not have a 5-year plan is scary. We were talking about being overwhelmed with opportunity, overwhelmed with blessings, to be honest. When you manifested something for so long and you working for it and you just in this mindset of, I gotta get this done, you're in tunnel vision mode. When you get out of the tunnel, you get to the light, you so busy trying to get to the next tunnel, you didn't even acknowledge the fact that you made it through the first one. She was saying that once she got everything that she could possibly get education wise, it was like she never even stopped and went, dang, I did it. So basically what I am learning is to acknowledge the growth, acknowledge the achievements, always reflect, not always, but reflect on where you've been and how far you have come. I basically have been just like getting a lot of downloads on my life growing up and certain things that happened and why they happened. And in those revelations, I didn't realize how far I have come spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in life in general, how much I've grown just in the last year to 2 years. And once I actually stopped to go, wow, like, you know, and really think about it and really go into detail. My wife and I have this thing where we call it the morning cup, where we both get our morning beverages. She has her tea and I have my coffee. And we sit in the morning and just talk. And we just talk spiritually. And we talk about lessons that we've learned, dreams that we've had. You know, I'm not going to tell you everything that we talk about, but we talk mostly on a spiritual level every morning. And every day when I get off work, literally our marriage is based on growth and spirituality. That's what we've done ever since we've been together. It's just grow together and learn together and build our relationship with God together. So just the last couple days, I have just been thinking back about everything that's happened in my life, whether it was good or bad or whatever, and just getting new perspectives on everything. And it's enlightening, it's rejuvenating to get that different perspective. And it's so amazing to see how different your mind changes as you get older. Like, the older you get, the more your mindset changes. And it's astounding. like how different you view things once you reach a certain point in life. Um, so in that, also, when you are recognizing your growth, make sure that you're taking rest time. Like when I was, running around all over the world getting everything done, I never really stopped moving. Like I was just trying to find something else to do. But God basically forced me to sit down. Like God was like, SYAD, sit your ass down. So I was forced to sit down, but he blessed me with a third day off because I was down for 2 days, and he blessed me with a third day so that I could actually accomplish the things that I had been wanting to accomplish in the 2 days that I literally couldn't move. But I said all that to say, make sure that you take time for rest. That's very, very, very important. If you don't rest, you're just gonna burn yourself out completely, and you're not gonna have the energy to do anything productive. After a while, you're just gonna crash, and it's not gonna be good for your health, your mind, your emotions. Just make sure you're taking some time to rest. I know some of us are workaholics, and I get it, but don't burn yourself out. It's not healthy, period. Keep a growth tracker. So this journal, as you can tell, I'm almost done with this journal. I have written crazy amounts of information in this book. So once this journal is over, I'm going to buy another journal. I actually collect my journals. I have every journal that I've had since I became an adult. And literally to reread the journals from those days is crazy to see. You can actually see your growth. If you track your growth in journals, like if you write down how you feeling in every moment, you know what I'm saying, and you keep those journals and you reread them, you will literally be able to see your progression. Like you'll be able to see where your mindset was. You'll be able to see certain things that you didn't see when you were in it. In situations, you don't really see what's going on till you get out of it. But when you really go back and look at those books, I have books from like my early 20s, and the relationships that I was in, the things that I was doing, how I even wrote was just like, it's amazing. Like, have you ever looked at Facebook memories? I was the most bitterest, angriest, loneliest, like, person ever. Like, and I literally delete memories every time I see them. Well, not recently. I'm actually on a social media fast. And the reason for that is because I found myself comparing myself to others again. And I don't know if it's really, no, it has a lot to do with the celestial things that are going on right now, the 7-7 portal. We had, I think, 5 planets align at some point, like a couple weeks ago. We have all these retrogrades going on. So it's a lot of emotional ups and downs. We got full moon, I believe, today now. So there's a lot of emotional stuff coming up. And man, like I just been doing a lot of reflecting. But even with that, it's been a journey. Like being grateful. Definitely remain grateful, even in the moments where you are suffering. I'm just jumping all over the place because I'm telling y'all stuff that hasn't come up yet. How I felt those 2 days. So remember I told you those 2 days where God made me rest. If you've been watching me since the beginning, well, not the beginning because I didn't have them yet, but if you know me, you know I have a love for crystals. I have an obnoxious amount of crystals. And recently, one of my subscribers actually, but she creates pendants, crystal pendants. And ever since I've had these, I've been wearing one every day. And these basically keep me centered. They keep me grounded. And I carry a stone on me every day, regardless. But those 2 particular days that I was in the bed, I didn't do anything at all. I did not have a crystal on me at all. And it was literally like how I was saying about my Facebook memories. I was literally the bitterest, angriest person. It was like I went right back in time to that version of myself, um, where I was just mad about everything, and just like, not necessarily mad about everything, just my energy was like I wrote it down. I was drained. I was unpleasant. I had no personality or sense of humor. I was snappy, and I was very negative. If you know me now, that is nothing like me. But because I wasn't centered or grounded, every emotion that I fight spiritually, and everything that I've been growing to change about myself came flooding back to me. And I didn't really understand why. It was kind of like when I told you I had stopped doing my routine. That weird ass dark place that I had went into that was so difficult to come out of. But the second that I put my stone back on my neck, everything was good. So if you are a crystal believer or you wear stones or crystals, make sure that you keep them on you. I like to change mine out based on the energy of the day. I usually go to the place that I keep them, and I feel the energy of whichever one attracts me. Usually my guides will tell me exactly which one I need to have for that day, and they will confirm it later on. So make sure that you are staying protected. Make sure that you're keeping your spiritual protection on you at all times. Don't go without it, because it will affect you in some kind of way. At least for me, it did. Another lesson I learned through all of this, my locks. So I am a firm believer that my hair is my crown. My locks are my antennas to the spiritual realm. And the more that I grow spiritually, the more that my locks grow spiritually. If you are a brown girl, I'm sure that you've heard, don't let anybody just play in your hair. One thing that I've noticed since I started my lock journey, and I've had my locks for 2 years and 3 months, I used to let a lot of people do my hair. I wore a lot of braids. I straightened my hair. I dyed my hair. I wore what are them called? Crochet braids. I had a lot going on. I stayed wearing something in my hair, but I had a fro. I had gone natural since I think 2013, and it used to look like this. This is actually, it's not supposed to be me, but it ended up being me. It's a long story, but I used to wear my hair just like this. I had short hair like this when I started going natural. So in that time, that's what, almost 10 years being natural, and my hair would not grow. It would stay at one consistent point. But ever since I stopped letting just anybody do my hair, because my wife does my hair now. I started my own locks, but she retwists it. Ever since I stopped letting just anybody touch my crown, it has been flying. I know y'all can't really tell. I'm gonna actually start tracking my lock journey, but it's amazing to me, because my spiritual journey has really skyrocketed within the last couple of years. And the last couple of years is exactly when I started my locks. And ever since I started my locks, my connection to the spiritual realm has been crazy amazing. And I noticed that the more I focus on my spiritual growth, the more my spiritual growth shows in my hair. So, and I stopped letting everybody touch my hair. So when the people who were touching my hair were, honestly, they helped me grow in a way, but it wasn't in a healthy way in a lot of ways, if that makes sense. But it was amazing that the moment that I changed it to where my hair was locked, those people no longer had access to my hair. They couldn't touch my hair anymore. And my hair just flew. Like, my spiritual journey changed. My hair started growing at an astounding rate, because my hair has not been long since 2009, I want to say. I wore a shortcut for a really long time, and then I went natural and I had the fro, and it grew as a fro, but I was so impatient with my hair that I would change it. I would bleach it, and it would break off, and then I would have to lose those inches and basically start all over. Because if I had kept my hair natural, if I would have started locks when I went natural, my hair would be crazy long. But because of the place that I was mentally and my growth, and because my hair was ever changing, so was my personality, so was my friendship, so was my relationship, so was everything in my life was ever changing. But when I became consistent with my hair and became patient with my hair, locks teaches you patience, because your hair could be down to where mine is in a natural state when it's straightened or whatever. And then when you get locks, when you start, your hair just go, you be up here. Like, it humbles you so quick. But you so ready for that, those results, for it to be long, so you can be able to put it in a ponytail, and so it'd be past your ears and all that stuff. So once you pass that, it's crazy to me how symbolic the lock journey really is. And I'm going to make a video basically talking more about that, but I just wanted to give you a little hint about that. Just treat your hair as your crown. Don't let anybody just touch your hair. Don't let anybody just be in your hair, playing in your hair. Take care of your hair. Take care of your crown. And also, I call it a crown because the longer it gets, or the stronger it gets, the heavier it gets. Just like royalty. You start off as a princess, it's a little tiara, it's a little lightweight. But when you become a queen or a king, you get a heavier crown. And the longer you have it on, the heavier it gets, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So just a little something that I learned about locks. And I have been having these flashbacks. So I can't tell you too much about, my spiritual gifts and whatnot yet, but I have been getting new ones. I will say that. And I've been going back in time to places that I've been as a kid, people that I've known when I was little, like popping back up in my memory, like having random deja vu moments of my childhood, like actually being in the perspective of a child. Like, it's really interesting. I don't know if it's because I've been doing inner child work, or if that's exactly what it is. Because I have been going back in time emotionally and spiritually, I guess I'm going back in time spiritually, because it's not physically, but it may, I don't know. All I know is I've been having these weird ass flashbacks of moments in time in the past. It's very interesting. But something that me and my brother were talking about yesterday, he said, past success will bring future success if you don't focus on present suffering. So the example that I gave when we had that conversation, when I was younger, I really wanted to be on the cheerleading team. In order to be on the cheerleading team, you had to be able to do a full split, at least 2 out of 3 ways. And you had to be able to get to them quickly, and you had to be able to do all these other stunts. And all of these stunts require flexibility, which I had because I had a dance background. I went to a lot of programs and different dance classes and things like that I was involved since I was little. I've done tap, jazz, modern dance. I've done hip hop dance. I've done a little bit of ballet, but it really wasn't that deep. Like, I've done a little bit of it, but either way, I had a dance background, so I built a little bit of flexibility, but cheerleading is a little bit different. So either way, I had the goal to learn how to do a split. in 2 out of 3 ways because I wanted to make the cheerleading team. So I put myself through hella pain. If you have went through the whole process of doing a full split, you know how painful it is. And depending on how far you get, the more painful it's going to get all the way down to the ground. But I was willing in that time to put up with the pain and the suffering and force myself to be able to do the split all the way to the floor. And as a kid, I didn't think about how much it hurt. I didn't think about how the pain was after the fact. All I cared about was I wanted to be on the cheerleading team, so I'm going to be able to do a split. That ties right into this. Eventually, yes, I did get the split done, and I made the cheerleading team. However, I'm older now, and I used to still keep up with the flexibility thing. I used to stretch every single day, and I used to just, dance just to keep that talent going. But somehow, in the process of adulting, I lost that. And now, guess who can't do a split anymore? And I've been able to do it since I was a kid with ease, and now I can't do it at all. That was very discouraging for me. It may seem small, but what I did learn was past suffering or past success will bring future success. So thinking about that, the fact that I wanted to do that split so bad that I was willing to put myself through all that pain to be able to do it just so I could say I made the cheerleading team. That's the type of mindset that I need to have as an adult to complete goals. Thinking back to that mindset makes me think, okay, I need to put myself through a few trials and tribulations to get exactly where I want to get. I have to be willing to go through the suffering, the pain, the agony of the training that it takes in order to get to this goal. But I cannot be focused on present suffering. I can't be sitting there wondering, or not wondering, but sitting there agonizing and yelling and screaming and being upset because I have to go through a pain to get to where I need to get. I have to be grateful in that time for where I am and for what I'm trying to do, and not worry about the negative aspect of it and how much it hurts and when am I going to be able to do it and why is it taking so long. I need to just be focused on where I'm trying to get, but also focused on the positives that are surrounding me in that moment. Suffering is necessary. That was another quote of his. Suffering is necessary. With that mindset and that understanding that you're going to have to go through pain, you're going to have to go through some difficult times in order to get to the good times. Without the bad times, you can't get to the good times. So appreciate that. Appreciate those times that you're down. And also praise him in advance. I kept hearing that too throughout the time. I'm sitting there expecting things to happen at a certain time or certain things to come through. And when they don't, I get discouraged and I'm like, fuck it all. But sometimes your time is not the time. Like, your time is not divine timing. So make sure that when you are waiting for those goals to come through, you are being grateful for them in advance. Thank the source. Thank God for what he's done and what he's doing and what he will do at all times. Even if you are in the suffering phase, making sure that you're still saying thank you that I woke up this morning. Thank you that I have food to eat today. Thank you that I have a job to go to. Thank you that I have a car to drive. You know what I'm saying? Being grateful for the things that some people can say that they don't have. Do you know that you may have a trash ass car, but there's somebody who's sitting at a bus stop watching you drive by, they're going, damn, I wish I had a car. Hell, you got a bike. and somebody sitting or walking or even sleeping on the street, and they're watching you ride by on your bike going, damn, I wish I had a bike. And you looking at the person with the car going, damn, I wish I had a car. And the person with the trash car is wondering, damn, I wish I had a nicer car. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody that wants what you have. Be grateful for it. For real. Because there's somebody somewhere that is wishing that they had everything that you have and you don't even know it. So be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you have. And an attitude of gratitude brings success. So if you're not grateful for what you have in the present moment, why on earth would they give you something else? If you can't even stop to say thank you for the small things, why would I give you something big? You see what I'm saying? Be grateful for what you have in the moment. And then the last thing I would talk about, guilty by association. So recently, God has been blocking certain things from me. And I'm sitting here thinking maybe I did something. Is it something that I didn't do? Is it a portal that I missed? Is it something that I'm not seeing? What I'm not seeing is the people or the events that I'm trying to be a part of that God will not let me be a part of. There's a reason for it. God's rejection is God's protection. If he's telling me, no, don't go here, or blocking the situation, then I should just listen to it. And then he revealed to me why certain things didn't come through the way that I wanted to. It's not the people that I was trying to support. It's the people that they're associated to that I can't be around. I'm looking at them thinking maybe they're the shady people, but it's not them. It's people that they're connected to. A lot of people have been blocked or pulled out of my life because they're not in the right space to be around my energy in the present moment. And I'm trying to understand that it doesn't necessarily make them bad, but they're a little tainted by their environment, and that is what is blocking them from being around me right now. And in other situations, it's that I don't need to be around their energy in the moment because of where I am in my growth and my spirituality. I don't need to be in the environments that would trigger certain reactions or trigger certain responses because of the place that I am in my healing. If God stops something, if there's a certain thing that you want to do or a certain place that you want to go and it doesn't come through, don't get upset, because he may be protecting you from something that you can't see. Always trust that he has your best interest at heart and he does everything for a reason. It may not be like super clear to you at the moment, but make sure that you see that everything happens for a reason and that you notice, okay, yes, that didn't happen, but there's a reason for that. Who knows? He may be trying to save you money for something else that may be coming up, or unexpected expense that may come up. So he's saving the money for that. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a situation where you wanted to go to a specific place. You wanted to go out of town or something like that. But there's a hurricane that may come when you were supposed to be there. You see what I'm saying? Like, so just be mindful that everything happens for a reason and trust that God knows more than you do and knows that there's something that you don't need to be a part of. Be grateful for the protection that he gives you because you don't know what he's protecting you from. At this moment, I'm going to end this video, but I do want to let you all know that I will be starting to talk more about my life. You guys are going to actually get to be a part of my life in more ways than one. So be prepared for that. And I will be back. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.